The Battle Royale genre has been getting pretty stale recently, especially with some of the most popular games being Fortnite, Warzone, and Apex Legends. But now there's a new game on the block called Bloodhunt, which is a vampire Battle Royale, first of its kind. But before you completely disregard this game, I think you should know a few things about it first. Now, I started playing Bloodhunt only a couple of days ago. I didn't even know it existed before then, but the idea of a vampire Battle Royale didn't really pique my interest until I saw gameplay on it. Bloodhunt was looking like a really fun game to play, especially since a lot of games nowadays are very boring to me. I think most games that come out are usually uninteresting and stale, and they lack innovation, which is a detriment to the gaming community because people get tired of the same thing. So Bloodhunt actually innovated in a sense where it's not a traditional BR where you loot for like 10 minutes before you finally get into your first gunfight. This game is extremely fast paced to where you are getting third partied every single fight. But as innovative as Bloodhunt is, it has a few problems which could potentially hold it back. For example, there are a couple of weird little kinks. I don't want to say bugs, even though some of them are, but they are things that can be easily fixed. So the first one is the keybinds. They don't really work when you change them because I play controller on PC and I usually aim and shoot with L1 and R1, but right now I'm forced to play with L2 and R2 as my aim and shoot. And I know some of you guys are probably like, Big Cat, that is so minor, why is that a problem? But honestly guys, I've been playing a lot of Warzone for like the past year and a half, and it's just very uncomfortable for me to play with L2 and R2 as my ADS and my shoot. And also, I'm pretty sure a lot of people find not being able to switch your keybinds around is a very annoying problem. But like I said, it is a problem that can be fixed very easily. Another problem that I have with this game is the complete loot explosion when you kill an enemy. Now, this is a huge problem in a fast-paced BR like Bloodhunt because you need to be able to pick up and go with the loot. You do not have time to be scavenging through the pile of loot like a traditional BR because you're going to get third-partied immediately. So you sitting there stationary is going to be a huge problem. But like before with the keybinds, I do think this is an easy fix. You know, they can make it to where you automatically pick up the minor things like ammo, blood packs, syringes, armor, all of the things that everybody needs. They can make it automatic to where you just walk over it and you instantly pick it up. I also do think they need to kind of spread out the weapons a little bit more because when they do have that huge loot explosion, it's really hard to pick up the actual weapon that you want because you just have to spam square, which like I said, in a fast-paced BR, that's a lot of time wasted and you could potentially be getting third, fourth, fifth, and sixth party. Another problem I have with the game is the respawn system. Now, I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to be able to respawn in the middle of absolute chaos at the end of the game if you still have a life left. Now, I'm talking mainly about solos because I once spawned in the middle of the absolute chaos at the end of the game, and you know, when you respawn, you don't have shit. You only have like a pistol and maybe another gun that they give you. And then if you play trios, good luck respawning your teammate. I tell you what, because it is a task and a half to get your teammate back. On top of that, not to mention, I don't know how long it exactly takes, but I believe it's somewhere around 10 seconds of you sitting there stationary like a sitting duck in the middle of a battle zone to get your teammate back. And like I said, this game is extremely fast paced, so that is a huge problem. 10 seconds is a little too long to respawn your teammate back. Now, I know a couple of people do have a lot of problems with the respawn system, like people getting spawned back too many times in the game, but I don't really think it's too much. Either make it so where you can get spawned back once, maybe twice, but no more than that. The map is pretty small, the zone comes in pretty fast, and I think the average time of a game is somewhere between like 10 to 15 minutes. I don't think it's too long. So it's not a traditional BR where you need to keep respawning a bunch of times because you're going to sit there and watch your teammate play for 30 minutes. But there are a few imbalances this game needs to definitely work out. But like I said, I think there are things that can be fixed. I didn't talk about all of them, but these are some of the ones that bothered me the most personally. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of imbalances with the melee weapons especially, and some of the character abilities, but they didn't really bother me as much as these problems right here. Now, I am warning you right now, the melee weapons in Bloodhunt are strong as fuck. There's literally no other way to put it. So be warned with the melee weapons, they are extremely strong, especially once you level up one of the resonant buffs. The melee weapons are extremely OP. But with all that being said, let's talk about some of the good things that I liked about Bloodhunt. Now first, I gotta say, with all the characters in the games, there's a lot of options that you have, and I think finding a character that fits your playstyle is not too hard. And also there's a bunch of characters that could definitely help out in a team setting if you're playing a lot of duos and trios. I think one of the best thing about the characters though is that you can customize your character and you can make them as ugly as possible, because if you think your character is about to look good, especially if you play with the Prowler, you are sadly mistaken. Your shit is gonna be looking ugly. Honestly, I think my character looks like a vampire pale version of PNB Rock, but that's just me. Some of you guys might think otherwise, but yeah, nah, the Prowler gotta be one of the ugliest classes in the game. Another thing that I really like about this game is that if you go below this video and hit the like and subscribe button, you will be notified when I post more Bloodhunt content in the future. So make sure you guys are hitting the like and the subscribe button on this video. No, but seriously though, guys, Bloodhunt is a fast-paced system, which makes it completely different, and I like that I can get straight into the action. That's one of my favorite things about this game, and that's one of the things that makes it different from all the other BRs. The movement system, once you get used to it, you are a lot harder to hit. You can move around the map a lot faster, and I think one of my biggest problems when I first played the game is that I felt like I didn't understand the movement at all. There's a lot of things you can do with the movement, from slide jumping to move faster, like travel faster. You can double jump mid-air to get a bigger boost. You can slide down the buildings. You can plate up while sliding down the buildings, and so much more dealing with the movement. There's a lot of things that you can do. But after reading some Reddit posts and watching a few YouTube videos, I'm starting to understand this game and all the mechanics a lot better. One of the mechanics I originally didn't like was the NPC blood resonance system. This system is where you can go around and suck the blood of specific resident civilians, and you can get additional perks depending on what kind of blood they have. Now for my first few games, I went around sucking the blood of every civilian thinking that I could max out all of my resonant skills, but then I soon realized that you could only have 3 resonant abilities at the start until you obtain more by either diablerizing downed enemies or sucking the blood of entity NPCs, which are those soldier NPCs that, like, if you go near them, they're going to shoot you, bro. Like, they're going to spray you up. Like, they don't care about the masquerade part of the game. You are not masqueraded like the regular civilians. They know you're a vampire and they're going to shoot you on sight. If you suck the blood of one of them, you do get additional resident slots, so then you could go ahead back to the other resident civilians and you could add on to those 3 perks and make it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I believe it goes up to 11 or 12. So you could really be strong as hell walking around this map. Now that made the game a lot more fun for me, because I was really spending a lot of time just sucking up blood from every civilian, thinking I was increasing my skills, but I really wasn't. So once I realized that, I immediately just started getting straight into the action. I would go around, suck up 3 resident civilians if I wanted their perks, and then initially just start hunting, just start going for gunfights and everything like that. I think the thing that I really want to drive home to everybody that plays this game is, 1, the tutorial is complete trash. This game has a lot more mechanics than you think at face value. So I recommend you either doing some outside research to learn fully how to play the game, or subscribe to my channel where I'm going to teach you guys more about the game as I learn about it myself. But that's all I wanted to say about Bloodhunt. This game is a lot more enjoyable than some of the other BRs out there. Does it have some problems and some imbalances? Yes, it does. But like I said previously, it's nothing that can't be fixed with some time and some more feedback. Unless the devs don't listen to the community, I think this game could definitely become a lot more popular than what it is right now.